do you know have you heard of the Muppets? And they used to have like a little person singing. Do 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 do.
Pecha Kucha.
Do 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 do.
Pecha Kucha.
Do 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 do. Help them out.
Pecha Kucha is a Japanese word for chit-chat and is the name of a presentation format created in Japan in 2003 by Astrid Klein and Mark Dytham, two architects looking for a way people could share their work quickly and simply in public. Since then, the idea has spread to over 700 cities around the world. At every Pecha Kucha night, creative thinkers come together and share their ideas with only 20 images shown for 20 seconds each. Pecha Kucha, a fast, fun format. Find a location, join the conversation.
So I need a little bit of help doing this. Okay, I like active participation. We call this call and response where I'm from. So when I say hashtag, you say activist with the T. Hashtag activist. Hashtag activist. Digital activism, what is that? Is that like related to hashtag activist? Is this on social media? We've chalked up digital activists as slacktivists, forgetting that those of us who are the happiest get to move through the world with our privileged masking. When the oppressed become online platform activists, we laugh again. Or so the cycle has been. With closed hearts and closed minds, we've told our students to sit down, girl, and boy, don't whine, because the things you say you're crying about, the stuff you say you're dying about, racism, what? There's a black man in the White House. That's over. Or is it? When hashtag activists build their platforms on the backs of this, they bring to us what has happened when we stop reflecting, when we start deflecting. Because all of us in this room know about student identity development, then get on social media and say race, class, and gender are irrelevant. It took 3 hashtags to bring us back to when we could talk about the kidnap and assault of West Africans. But I wonder how they mastered this. Who taught Boko Haram that black girls and women could be easily massacred? Students should have the right to talk about this. Because we're quick to ignore a message when it isn't delivered how we thought it best, and things like this sound strangely familiar. It's vaguely familiar to the parents of children who've been told maybe you should have raised them not to resist, when really we mean you have no right to exist. Or when someone said, Ayanna Stanley Jones got hit, but I was too tired to talk about systemic oppression that day. Because these gates, whether real or imagined, that surround our campus don't stop the way our students experience these violent tongue lashes. And thanks to hashtag there are conversations of resistance on our campuses. Yet inequality still exists in all our actions, when I can count on 10 fingers and even less toes how many black and brown girls got bids from the machine this year. It's time to do more than revamp, because our students deserve more than these scraps. And ask Marquise Johnson, Mr. I go to UVA, how could this happen to me? How quickly we forget about our students who can't dribble or force picks. I once heard a fellow Hampshire student say it's time to warm up to divestment, but building futures take investment. And how many of us know about student identity development? There's some repetition here, raise your hand. And go back into Facebook and say race, class, and gender are irrelevant. When our students speak truth to power or race issues within the hour, and I once had a student say she tweeted from her shower, and that's so strange to me. What? We do social media from our shower, but no longer can we push students down hallways or by silence with red tape, because many of our students see what's happening from, to, and with the other side as parts of who they are. How many local stories became national, then international, because online activists made it tangible? Michael Brown, Samaya Del Mar, Delane Kopanak, Syria, the First Nations missing women, for all my Canadians in here, Flint. Digital activism takes not in my backyard to not anywhere, and not to my people to no one else. Kinky, curly, not today. There will be no more silence. No, not this day. No more heritage, not hate, becoming the trump card of this day. You see what I did there? No more blips on radars, no more McGraw-Hill. The Atlantic slave trade brought millions of workers to the US, as if work doesn't imply back wages. And that means my country owes trillions in back pay. And How come I only hear about reparations when it's on a hashtag tweet or Facebook page? Do you still wonder why this matters? When xenophobia can lift politicians up and encourage us to push students down as if a country founded by great British immigrants is somehow beyond immigration now, and students have to pick themselves up by their bootstraps that we sold to them, by the way, for 25 years of easy payments of $19.99, and with for-profit schools and out-of-control interest rates, knowing that many of them who started behind will still end the race this way. How many of us knew that America's largest banks got fined for practices like this? I did, I do, and thanks to social media, so can you. So can we not do the same things to other people, Native Americans, by saying things like, I'm the low man on the totem pole, or wealthy people are my spirit animals. Because being in student loan debt, which I have a lot of, is not the same as having your people violated. When one begins to see their identities as inherently connected to one another, we can draw parallels across oppressions. We can connect local struggles with global struggles and stop waiting for problems to cross our borders when it's time for us to cross these issues. And goodness, do we have some issues? These are kids. When the labels I love become the labors of love that ends embraces of love, don't tell me it's just social media. I learned about this situation thanks to social media. It was not Fox News, MSNBC, or anywhere else. It was a hashtag and a retweet. Hashtag activists level the playing field so we can download knowledge and upload the revolution. It's time to download knowledge and upload the revolution, because theory without practice and language without access makes the work that we do half as adequate. But being a hashtag activist does not make me a slacktivist. When online embarrassment prompts politicians to take action and forces lawmakers to make budget transactions and remember why it's happening, digital activism is generational, not remedial. It's time we stop treating students like it is.